Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here for another episode of Generational Run, the podcast. And today we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but it's going to be a good video. A lot of all the changes this week of stuff that Em and I kind of discussed and want to do going forward. And it's been kind of a long week for content. We've pretty much been working all week on it, which has been a lot because I've also been working during the day a little bit there, so kind of had to break it up in the middle of it. So Emily's been working, I've kind of came home, tried to record stuff. Emily's also had to, work on some things to get working herself, so been breaking up the day that way. So it's been kind of an interesting week, but it's still been fun for the most part. It's a little crazy, but we still have fun with doing a lot of it. And now Emily's just gonna edit it all. It's just a lot of it is her to edit now, upload and figure all that stuff out. So it's gonna be a little bit of work there, but yeah. And then I gotta schedule it all. So we still got a lot of work to do with it, but the main part is done. So that's exciting. So March content, everything that we record ahead is 100% done. So pretty much just the race playlist, Gran Turismo, Overwatch competitive. We're moving that to be recorded weekly, and then me giving an analysis of our matches from that competitive video are the only things that are not going to be done ahead of time. So looking forward to having all this stuff done, and then kind of transitioning our content that we're doing for April. I know it's only the beginning of February, or the middle of February, but we're talking about April content because only a few weeks away we're going to start recording that. So just excited about that and the changes they have coming. So let's jump into the rest of the podcast right now with Overwatch match from Nepal.
I should.
Surprised Jetpack Cat hasn't been on this one.
Eric, locking back T.
Nah, she ain't gonna lock in fucking Junkrat, dog.
No,
Oh,
he's
wow.
on bad T. He's on bad T.
Time to save the world.
I don't like how the
Hey,
skins for
That stuff's no good for you. Have some water instead.
Hello Kitty say skin in the name of it though.
Maybe.
Kinda cringe.
That's how it'd be written in Japanese,
Real.
I believe.
The first second that we started playing in the new season, I just logged in on Diva and got like 4 play of the games to start.
speeding up.
I was just bombing bitches, like
Targets in sight. Watch out.
I was bombing people like I was fucking Obama drone striking fucking Yemen in 2010, though. Complete disregard for humans. Their Inran's dead.
I'm coming back right now. Back to the center, up the point. On the side again.
I'm dying.
Ah, fucking got stuck up with the fine heart. Hold on. Find a point. Oh my god, dude.
I didn't mean to. I meant to vent the back piece, but you were getting it. Nah, I'm not doing it. Fuck this dude's name. I'm gay or some bullshit. Alright, let me just get fucking stuck in this corner. And just have literally.
Damn.
아직 전투 중이라고.
This fucking Arista's just shredding everybody.
어림도 없지. Healed up. 완벽하게 작동한다.
Now she said, no, I can't do it.
There you go. Fuck all of you off the point now.
Yeah, this is right. You did be sad.
Mercy's gone. That all started because they charged in way too deep, and it was Soldier, Baptiste, or some shit went that way. I went around the other way when they were all trying to fight you, and then their Mercy was a dumbass and res their hand, and then got to.
I was gonna say that was a really good sneak in their back line there, capping that point for at least most of it.
Starting it, yeah. They just opened themselves up by getting too fucking kill happy. Watch out, Reinhardt's behind you. Their Baptiste's dead. Their Arista's dead.
Holy shit. Put this, fuck off. Nope, you can fuck off, bro. Nope. Emery's popping off.
Yeah, I can't really do anything.
Not good.
I'm dead.
I'm out of my neck if that Arista got me.
Popping off.
That Reinhardt's dead.
I'm on my way.
Alright. Baptiste's going.
Dead too. First one's to the right. She's dead.
Go.
Fucking go. Let's go.
Their Mercy res their Baptiste.
Maybe get someone off. Oh
They really did a lot of it.
It knocked me down and then just put Pro in a very vulnerable spot. Dude.
Mercy's almost dead. Mercy's dead. Oh my god. Wait, no, Mercy's not dead.
Baptiste going. Their Baptiste got rezzed again by Mercy.
Damn it, I died.
Let's go.
Nice shit. Good shit.
Booting up.
I had to walk in. I got like a 15 player cookie down that shit.
Same. Fucking died 5 times in a row the first minute of the match.
Alright, so to
Stick together.
go back to what we were talking about before we started with the, like, how much health do you gain from the flying through the air? I was on 2, and I flew... That's good. I flew for 3 seconds, and I went up from 3 or 4 health to, like, 51. So, I gained about 50 health in 4 seconds, so however long I can fly for. So, it's not the most, it's a little more than the passive healing, or payload healing, but again, I can fly for 4 seconds, so. Their soldier's almost dead, but he ran away. They are behind us with Mauga and Emery. They flanked around.
He jumped off the ground.
Alright. Their Mauga's dead.
Yep.
I don't know where their Mercy went. She flew to the side. She flew across. Our wrist is gone.
Soldier's being a problem. Soldier's being a problem.
Good.
Alright. Go.
The soldier team lands good.
Keep an eye out.
Nothing gets past me. Forward barrier activated.
I almost got my.
I'm getting lost off the map. Big break.
Mauga's going behind. Mauga's going behind.
No, fuck. They're all
That's fine. Stay off my point.
Goodbye. Idiot.
You're just solo on me in this room, man. Like, that's fine.
I don't. Oh my god, that almost killed me. Holy shit.
Heads up. Hey, up.
Someone come and get that soldier.
They're just getting in a fucking corner.
Come on, soldier, I'll play games.
He's dead. He got res.
Hold on, wait. On point. So this is on point here, she's dead.
I'm not as low. He's dead. I'm on fire. Literally. Physically on fire.
Alright, I died. They finally got me.
I'm dead as well, so I'm back with you. Soldier up here. They capped the point.
이거 빡센 걸.
What?
Because our
No,
Ash
we
and
don't matter.
Baptiste are trucking too.
Thank you kindly.
Alright, win this fight, we win the match. Our Ash died anyway.
Forward barrier activated.
Yeah, good idea. I'll keep him going this way. Wang with the Emery, lovely.
Let's see what else we can do here. Who's next? Who's next? Y'all want to push a little bit too far again? I really appreciate it. Soldiers over on the side. Ah, fuck, the dude was almost gone with the boot.
I died to their soldier.
Singing with the angels.
I've got you in my sights.
Goodbye, soldier, stupid bitch.
I'm almost
I'm not giving up.
I'm coming back with ult.
Light them up.
Okay, no, no.
What was that fucking
Their diva's out of mech here.
I almost had my ult.
Got their diva with that.
Soldier back.
Let's go.
You wish you could just understand that first.
Let's go.
24-7. I've been very aggressive this season. I don't know what's going on, but
I'm 30-3, dog.
it's great. Play the game, me.
That's good.
Me?
Me? I got played? Bro, knocked everybody off the internet besides that diva in this match,
I
so
wasn't to that. I was
I think I wasn't
Almost
there.
I got fucking blown off the map there.
camping in that corner.
Bro, got everyone besides the diva.
Now I'm
I'm ready to gold 5. How have I gone and died like not even 10 times total in 2 matches, and the game's like, go 5.
Alright, Emily's here, locked in. Are you locked in?
Yeah.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
How locked in are you on a scale of 1 to locked in?
Locked in.
Alright. Let's start with our sports segment, Daytona 500. What'd you think of it?
No one flipped.
And you're disappointed in that.
No. No one flipped, though.
So that's your takeaway from the race.
It was delusional. In all 3 series.
Uh-huh.
They just crashed a few times.
Real? I agree. Is that all you gotta say?
I don't know.
Awesome. I agree, babe. And overall, the race was pretty good for most of it. Got a little bit towards the end where they kind of went into the fuel saving 3 wide stuff, which could have been nice to not have. But there was moments when the race was good. A little bit of the passing a lot for the lead. And again, it didn't feel like they were doing as much fuel savings other years, but definitely in the third stage. You kind of had Bubba Wallace and Corey Heim kind of leading the front 2 rows, and definitely fuel saving there. You had, early in the race, one bigger crash. Actually, 2 bigger crashes. You had Connor Zelich spin through the grass, kind of go up in front of the field. That caused some of the cars to go spinning after he got hit. And then big wreck with Justin Allgaier kind of in front of the field, in front of Denny Hamlin. That kind of caused most of the cars to crash in the tri-oval. So those are 2 kind of big wrecks that you had. And then towards, the end, you had the last lap, 2 crashes. NASCAR didn't call the caution. The first crash at the beginning of the lap. End of the lap, they didn't also call it because the race was over. With Tyler Reddick winning. Michael Jordan locked in, hyped about that, and honestly that kind of put NASCAR to be talked about in a way by a lot of the media that really hadn't been talked about like that in years. ESPN multiple times. Just a lot of stuff that you don't normally see from NASCAR, at least in the current time of NASCAR. NASCAR being talked about on ESPN, especially Daytona 500, would be normal years ago, but at the moment, not so much. Let me cook. Alright. Winner prediction. Who'd you pick to win the race?
Brad Keselowski.
Did he win?
No. Didn't he lead a couple laps?
I think so. He was close towards the end there to getting to the lead. Did I pick Ty Gibbs to win?
Mm-hmm.
He did not win. He was involved in the earlier wreck that Connor Zelich was in. You had both energy drink cars spinning through the grass. He didn't get too much damage from that, but then he got involved in the other crashes. So he was pretty much the one who had the least damage from the crash that Connor Zelich spun, and because Zelich went up in front of the field and he hit someone at the top of the track. Briscoe and Austin Dillon each got some damage in that, but Ty Gibbs was relatively okay, but he then got into the other big wreck, so he was the highest finishing Gibbs car though.
Yeah.
Alright. Next is Atlanta. Who'd you pick to win Atlanta?
Did I pick Chase Elliott, maybe?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Awesome. She doesn't know. So, I'll put it out on X, that way you can see our predictions. But
I picked it like 3 weeks ago.
Oh no, you picked Christopher Bell. That's right. You picked Christopher Bell. I picked Riley Herbst because why the hell not? Someone's got to pick something delusional. All right. Atlanta's always an interesting one, though. I think that some of the racing there gets a little more spread out. It gets a little bit more to what you would see from super speedway tracks, Daytona, Atlanta, before, 2000, when they kind of started grouping them up more. Gets a little bit more to what you would see in the 80s and 90s, where they would get a little more spread out. But definitely, late 90s, where you still had APAC. And even into the 2000s, where you definitely had, not super tight bumper to bumper, which you kind of get now. Just a little more spread out. So you get that out of Atlanta. Atlanta's not a bad one. We'll see. Typically get some delusional crashes there. Then the best part, though, is actually being able to look at the point standings this year and have it matter. Is very, very cool to take a look at that and be like, oh, this is where everybody is in points, and not just
there's no more winning in your innings.
Exactly. I think that's one of the takeaways from Daytona is that the significance of winning the Daytona 500 returned. I think that, from 2014, maybe not as much 2014 because it was the first year of the win you're in, but definitely from 2015 to 2025, it was definitely just a race to win to make the playoffs. Where I feel also 2014 Dale Jr. won, so he definitely appreciates just Daytona 500 for what it is. Obviously, being a old school type of fan of the sport and enjoyer of just NASCAR, obviously, is the history of it. So I think that changed a little bit in 2014. But some of the other years, where you get maybe the younger drivers who are just I need to make the playoffs. I think that it changed Daytona a little bit to make it less significant. When the first thing at all the cars, we made the playoffs and not I won Daytona 500. To have that back is very cool. Just to see the excitement of that. Daytona 500 is the biggest race you can win in NASCAR, and it should be seen as winning the biggest race and not just one of the 26 to make the playoffs. All right, so we have other NASCAR stuff. Joe Gibbs Racing suing Chris Gabehart for stealing quite a lot of their technical information to give to Spire. Being sued for $8 million. A lot of stuff came out about how much money he made and the stuff that he stole from the team. All their technical data on how he did it. Very, very interesting. There's a lot to go into that I don't really want to dive into and read every single thing again. But, it's kind of wild. Not something that I expect from someone like him, who was very high up in the team. But it's very, very interesting to see that and see how that goes. You kind of also get an insight in a lot of stuff the teams do, obviously, with it coming out of all the stuff that he stole, with comparisons of data, of drivers. Bro took so much stuff.
Yeah, he's been plotting for years.
Also, genius idea to put it on your computer as Spire on a folder. That's real smart. I guess he took 15 minutes to take pictures of a bunch of stuff. That way there would be no I shared this file with myself on my personal Google Drive. So yeah, he did a bunch of stuff like that. Came out how much money he was making. Base $1 million contract, going up a little bit each year, and how much money he got for each car that made each round of the playoffs, how much money he got for winning races, and the extra money he got for being Ty Gibbs' crew chief, essentially, for the later half of 2025. So he made a decent amount of money, and he's probably going to lose a bunch of it in the lawsuit.
Tough.
What do you think of it?
Don't steal. Don't be a weird fraud. He kind of looks like a frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real. All right. We are recording this 2 days before the Olympics end. It's going out the day before the Olympics end. What do you think? We didn't watch that much of the Olympics this year, compared to what I normally watch. You watch more than you probably watched, but I normally watch a little more, but it's just sort of been, the week that we have to record videos. It's been, the week that I really started getting a bunch of hours for work, that were, like, when a lot of the stuff would be on. Obviously, you can watch a lot of the replays, but then we come home, record, play Overwatch, and just try to, like, do other things, so it kind of didn't get the focus that I normally give it. But honestly, I didn't really watch that much less. I just watched less curling, basically. I typically watch the men's and women's snowboard halfpipe, which we did watch. And we only got to really watch one game of curling, where I normally watch, like, the last 2 Olympics I watched, like, pretty much all of it. And even 2014 I watched a little bit of the curling. So I've always watched some of that. We have curling to watch. We can watch tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow night we can watch it.
Yeah.
U.S. and Canada playing each other for bronze medal. So.
So the U.S. didn't make it to the gold medal round.
They didn't.
Okay.
So, we can watch U.S. for bronze against Canada. They beat Canada once, so they can do it again and get a bronze medal. But yeah, we watched the halfpipe snowboarding. What do you think about that?
That was ridiculous. What, that one dude went up 20 feet in the air?
Yeah.
That was awful. They all went. I couldn't even tell what they were doing. They were just spinning.
Real.
And spinning. And spinning. And spinning. And like 20 feet in the air.
There are a few other events that I think would be cool to watch. Maybe we can just, if the replays stay on Peacock for like a week, we can always watch a little bit next week as well. I think they're always staying there for a little while. I know they don't permanently stay like most sporting things do, but it would definitely be cool to check out some of the stuff from that. I like the short track speed skating. That's always delusional. It's kind of like watching track and field, like they're running, but they're on ice skates and they can slide and crash. Because track and field, when they do the running, I love watching that. I love the 100 meter, 200 meter. So when they do it for like the short track, I think they don't do like that, but they do like a few laps. So speed skating's cool. I do want to see like one of the snowboard go to the call, but the ones that go down the hill like racing each other, those are ridiculous too.
Yep. Snowboard racing.
It's not called snowboard racing.
You don't know that.
I do.
It's tactical racing.
Tactical racing?
Yeah.
So hopefully it says on Peacock for a day or two after we can watch it, maybe next week. Because the closing ceremony is on Sunday. What are you going to watch today for the Olympics?
The free skate thing. Because that's what it was.
Uh-huh.
For ice skating, figure skating.
What'd you like about that? What are you hyped about?
The U.S. won gold for once. And they haven't since 2002.
Real. Yeah, so that was cool. Also, the U.S. women's won hockey. So that was the first time they won since 2018. So it's only been an Olympics, but one in between. But first time since 2018 they won it. And the third time that they ever won it. Getting closer to Canada, who has 5. So it's only Canada and U.S. with wins ever in women's hockey. And they pretty much played each other every single year for the gold medal, except for one, I think. I think Canada played against like Sweden one year, but it's pretty much been Canada and the U.S. in the finals every year. In that. So, the last thing we have is the Overwatch Championship Series. We didn't watch much of the boot camp just because it was like 2 a.m. that it started. And that was my birthday weekend, and again, getting ready for having to work at 10 a.m. that week. So, kind of, again, when you start something like a new job, you kind of got to get used to working into your schedule. Probably in a week or two it'll be normal, but it's just getting that worked in. So doing that was going on. Again, it was my birthday weekend, so we were also doing things for my birthday weekend, which we will get to in a moment. But one of the teams was a little bit cheating.
You'll never guess who.
I forgot what they're called. It was a Team Liquid or something dumb. Maybe. I don't blame the wrong team for cheating, but they're owned by Saudi Arabians. And they essentially didn't submit their pick for which hero they wanted to ban, which then caused an hour-long pause in the game. And they ended up coming back from being down 0-2 to win. So, they won that and then made it to the finals to win that. So, surprised nothing really happened besides the fact they didn't get to ban a hero. But the championship series does begin, I believe, this weekend properly.
Yeah.
So, or it's like the open qualifiers or something dumb. I don't know how that works. But we'll take a look at that. If that's something that gets streamed, I really don't know, because basically the Overwatch Championship Series is a more whack version of Overwatch League, where it actually made sense. I'm not really sure. I think open qualifiers is actually just anybody can play and try to make their way in. So I don't actually think it's something that gets like streamed and all that stuff. I think stage 1 in like a week or two does. Yeah. Okay. Our general discussion segment now. We have a few things to talk about in that. First of all, last weekend was my birthday, and it was also Valentine's Day. On the same weekend. Who would have thought? Not like it always is every year.
Can't change it.
Those two things don't change their dates on the calendar. Valentine's Day, we went to Taco Bell. I spent the rest of the night in the bathroom. I got Emily this Surang from the Olympics from 2018, but it finally showed up the other day. So, she wants to get the Tina from this year's Olympics. So if we can find that, or when I get paid, if it's still for sale online, I'll buy it. But Surang's a chill guy. Pyeongchang 2018 Olympics were probably my favorite Winter Olympics. That's a year I really locked in and watched a lot. So yeah, it's cool to get that. Surang's chill. I like it, so it's cool that Emily has that. So got that for her. But we went to Taco Bell, and then that night I made pasta and chicken for Emily and for our mom to have. My dad went to work that night, so he forgot to take it off. So he had to work that night. So I made food for Emily and my mom to both have for Valentine's Day. Then Sunday we had the Daytona 500, which was when everybody kind of came over for that. My brother and his girlfriend came over. My grandma came over. And we all watched the race together. So that was very, very cool. We've discussed doing it next year already. Even though it's going to be a week later. It's going to be like February 21st. We'll discuss doing that probably as next year's plan as well. So, yeah, I just had so much fun kind of being able to watch that with everybody. And, you know,
Jax did not have a good time.
Jax didn't have a good time at the end of the race,
I
but
did not also have a good time at the end of the race. He dug his stupid little claws into my leg.
yeah.
Eve told me.
But yeah, it was one of those things that it was just cool to kind of get to talk about the racing for, you know, to my brother and his girlfriend that maybe don't always watch. You know, they watch F1, but they understand NASCAR, but from like a while ago, basically. To kind of, you know, learn some of the newer things or learn some of just the stuff in general, kind of get a recap on it. My brother watched some of the races when he lived here, but not the most. But, yeah, just fun to get the breakdown of that stuff. And then we went to go eat at the casino on my actual birthday on the day after Daytona 500. Went to go eat.
Which left me in the bathroom for the rest of the day.
You were in the bathroom the rest of the day?
Yeah.
I guess. Were you? I don't remember that.
A few times.
Real. Yeah, we had some good food. I had chicken, waffles, and we shared mac and cheese, and then you had pancake. A pancake that was like this.
And pancake. And some bacon.
Bacon.
And some suspiciously weird eggs.
Yeah. And then we had, what, Pepsi?
Pebbles, yes.
So that was
water.
That was cool. Played some Pokemon Go. Got a Solgaleo.
Yeah.
Nice things we can do the 5-star raids when we're playing with my parents, because then we have 4 of us playing. We can beat that. So getting a Solgaleo on my birthday was pretty cool. And then came home, did gift openings. Got my few gifts from my parents. I got like a Caitlin Clark like trading card book, which I'm not gonna open. It's still sealed in this plastic. And then I got like some little mini figures for WNBA players. That we got some for Christmas, and then my mom probably bought like 4 for Christmas and probably saved 2 for my birthday. And then I joked. So you hear when I'm joking, so this isn't a Switch 2 when I was handed the packaging. Man, no, that was the Caitlin Clark book was very, very cool. I also got a PlayStation gift card, so when there's some new Overwatch skins I can lock in. Also from my brother and his girlfriend, I got I'm getting a Steph Curry jersey. It hasn't arrived yet, but I'll be getting a Steph Curry jersey. So excited about that.
One day.
And then, yeah, you got me a lot as well. She said she's going to get me a gift when I get paid. She's going to buy it.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Cool.
Alright. So, just awesome birthday. I really had a great,
We had pie.
great time.
Pizza.
We also did a pizza for Daytona 500 Day. Pizza. I had a ham grinder. And mozzarella sticks. We had that too. And bread. And some of the bread. Did you have any of that? The garlic bread?
There was garlic bread.
Did you not get any?
No.
Yes, there was garlic
No one told me there was garlic bread.
I literally did tell you. We had 2 things of garlic bread.
I knew we had mozzarella sticks.
There was garlic bread on the table.
Well, now I feel like I'm being scammed.
You're being scammed because you didn't pay attention? Babe, why are you eye rolling?
I didn't.
You're being scammed, though?
Yeah,
Why?
because I did not get garlic bread.
Well, next time. Alright. Next up, part of our kind of changing to things with the brand is what we promote at the top of our screen. Right? We promote somewhere up here at the top. I don't know where. Probably over this side. Or maybe over here. But probably over here. There's a piece on the screen that says Epiccw 26. Previously it said Epiccw.net. It's kind of a way to put my own watermark within the video, besides having the little logo down here that's built in. But it's a nice way to keep that on your own content. Have it in the middle of the shorts so people kind of know what you're doing. And it's also just a good way to have some things just, on the screen. So Epiccw 26 was our big push that we promoted throughout pretty much the end of, September, October last year?
Mm-hmm.
Until February. Basically, it was our push for what we were doing for 2026 to make content bigger, go big with the brand. Unfortunately, the issues happened with the YouTube Shorts, where YouTube decided to nuke the shorts on my channel. And just not give response of why it's been like that. Looking at the data actually does go back a little further than December. It completely shut off in December. But the views of shorts started to drop in September, October. But it popped back up in November. But it's just completely tanked. I mean, the videos are really what's getting views now. So we've kind of changed up some of the content and working on changing some of the stuff just with the brand in general. One of the focuses of that is Epiccw Esports, which you are in charge of. You're the Epiccw Esports director, or whatever I gave you the title.
Yeah.
So tell us what you're kind of doing with that.
I made a X account.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to make a Discord server.
Mm-hmm.
For it.
You have anything else? Or you want me to talk about it? What?
Nothing.
Do you want me to say it?
Sure.
Okay. We are working on making Overwatch teams, things like that. She's trying to get people for us to play with as a team, but also going to be kind of working on getting a team going just in general so we can maybe compete in tournaments with people that are actually better at the game than we are. I mean, I'm platinum, got close to diamond, but we need people who are master, grandmaster, things like that. Working on that, and then future things of potentially doing other games. We talked about, Gran Turismo. Talked about, I used to do a GTA racing thing. I don't know if that's really possible now, but something like that. Other games that are, popular with esports, something like Call of Duty, Marvel Rivals, things like that. It's ultimately the goal and the direction to go with Epiccw Esports. These are just the things that we discussed. But also, that's when it gets in the moments in the videos. Emily sometimes forgets some of the things. Or she doesn't let it get put on the spot for stuff, basically. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
But someone else doesn't look at the script for the week. What we're talking about. You look at the script for this week?
No.
So that's why a lot of the videos, it also probably seems weird that she just sits here and doesn't say shit, because she doesn't know what to say, what's coming up. And also doesn't think of it on the spot like I do. So it's just kind of like how we are, more than her not knowing. Because she'll have a conversation about the stuff off camera, but when the camera turns on, she's just like, I don't know. So it's kind of funny.
You walking?
That's really what it is. It just turns into me talking and you just sitting there contributing like 5 words. What'd you think of Daytona 500? The cars didn't flip. That's your takeaway from the entire race.
Okay, well, I can't remember, like, a goddamn lap-by-lap breakdown like you can.
Don't you have a notebook that you're gonna
Yes.
take notes of? Did you?
No.
Okay.
There's too much stuff going on.
Alright. We have coming up in April, we're making big content changes. And one change for March, I'm taking the month off for Pokemon Legends ZA. Overall, when I sat down to record Wreckfest, as you'll notice, the last episode of Wreckfest isn't great. I really kind of realized that a lot of the solo content is not the most enjoyable thing for me to do. I love sitting here. This is one of my favorite things to do, is sit here and talk about this stuff on the camera. Gran Turismo, fantastic to me. GTA, love doing the race playlist. Us doing Overwatch together is amazing. Stardew Valley together is great. We did Lego Fortnite this month coming up. Emily did it because I was working. She had time to grind that out real quick. But normally we've done Lego Fortnite together. We have Mario Kart coming up that we're going to go record still. But that's like really, really fun. Or going to be fun. Like those types of things I enjoy doing. But the solo content sitting downstairs, like, it isn't the most fun to do. The only one that I kind of have enjoyed is a little bit of NASCAR 25. Once I kind of get into doing an episode in a recording session. But, I mean, I genuinely haven't looked forward to doing a lot of that content. So, basically the change that's going to be coming is I'm going to kind of cut down a little bit on the solo content. We're going to cut down on... Basically, Wreckfest is gone, and we're just going to have the Overwatch matches, the one hero, one video, new series is coming out. And then I'm going to do Legends ZA or NASCAR alternating weeks. That's kind of pretty much it for my solo content. Again, we're going to do Overwatch match analysis, but that's going to be right after we do an Overwatch match, so it's going to be a little different. But I'm still going to do a decent amount of solo things, I guess, but just going to be less grind out series. So there's that. And just kind of figuring out things that you want to do, with your life and in general. And YouTube is one of those things that I've done for a real long time. I've enjoyed doing YouTube. Enjoyed making videos. Of course, these go out on X as well. I've enjoyed doing that, but there's also a point where it becomes, I don't know, not obtainable to make it your goal, I guess, essentially, as the main premise of our brand. Because the Epiccw brand is the long-term goal, and is making YouTube content and content that's going out on X the middle premise of it? Or is it other directions that we want to go? Epiccw Esports, I think, is a great direction to go with the Epiccw brand. So I'm excited to have Emily kind of leading that and see where she takes that. And also just other goals that we have. I'm personally a huge fan of cooking things and making things. I've always enjoyed cooking, from watching Food Network shows when I was like 5, to just wanting to always kind of cook things when I was little. I mean, I used to make the most diabolical creations. I put like some cheese on some bread and then put it in the microwave when I was little. It was pretty nasty, but I would never eat it, but I would expect everybody else to eat it, because I was kind of delusional. But yeah, I used to do that when I was little. But I've always just liked making food. I mean, I'd do our weekly meals that we're making. Actually, probably around the time this video is going out, I'll be making mac and cheese. Homemade mac and cheese for the week. Just overall, I enjoy cooking different things. Again, I said about the pasta and chicken. We did homemade ramen the day before. Like, I always like making things, and I kind of want to pursue that and kind of lead the brand in a way that, can we have an Epiccw restaurant? Who knows? Right, that's the spot that I want to go to. And when I discussed kind of the direction that she wanted to go with things, she always felt that she couldn't pursue any specific thing or what she wanted to do. We really discussed it. And ultimately, what's the thing that you want to pursue the most?
Racing cars go fast.
How did I know you were going to exactly say that? Why did you flip me off under the blanket?
I didn't.
You did. I could tell.
I did.
Alright. So you're going to do iRacing. Get a lot of practice on there. And we're going to kind of see the direction we can go with that for you. Obviously, you want to stream that, so we'll have that streamed on YouTube and on X. Soon. It's not going to start right away. First, we got to get her on iRacing, kind of playing that before we get into the streaming side of it, and make sure Streamlabs is all working and good. But maybe we'll do like a test stream or two with Streamlabs before you hop on a weekly iRacing. But yeah, just kind of that sort of thing is, what do you want to pursue? And if we got to cut down content, say, hey, let's do less series, we'll do it. But those are things we want to pursue and kind of work on. I have other interests as well. I like writing different things. I kind of want to pursue a little bit of that as well. But just kind of realizing those things, I feel like I knew that I wanted to do cooking stuff when I was at work the other day. Talking about some of the grills and some of the cooking accessories that they have with the grills. I was like, this is fun. I enjoy talking about this. I haven't felt like this vibe of like, I want to do this in quite a while. So that's something that I really want to go pursue and work on. So kind of looking at avenues to do that. So a lot of things that we want to do, and YouTube and making content in general maybe doesn't fit into that. And especially with the main thing that's bringing us views getting cut off. And the thing that we're kind of pursuing with that, again, Epiccw 26 was all about pushing that. Without that, it's going to be difficult. The last thing to touch on for that, the Epiccw esports branding will be replacing Epiccw 26 in March. So the top of all the videos will have that. So all the content we recorded for March, except for Fallout, because I forgot to change it back, and Emily didn't realize either. All the content besides Fallout will say Epiccw esports on it. And also our
one follow video will.
Oh yeah, it will. Four well, that will be April actually, I believe. So all the Fallout videos in March will be featuring Epiccw 26. But everything else will have Epiccw esports on it. This will change to Epiccw esports in 2 weeks. The podcast or the playlist Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is also going to feature it on the cars. We didn't have that on the cars before. We had Epiccw 26. Epiccw esports will be kind of our main branding that we promote on the car. So excited for that. Alright. Our gaming segment this week, we made a ranking of Overwatch maps. Do you want to tell us your ranking first, babe?
Yeah. Maybe.
Alright. What do you have for your... Start from worst to best.
New Junk City.
New Junk City is the worst.
Runa Sappy.
Uh-huh.
New Queen Street. Esperanza. Colossio. Midtown. Kings Row. Hollywood. Eckenwald. Saravasa. Atlas. Route 66. Havana. Dorado. Hanaoka. or whatever the fuck.
I should preface, we are including Clash maps for Emily, and I'm including Clash maps and Assault maps. I did play Assault maps when they were main maps in the game, so just preface that, because Clash has been completely taken out. Assault maps have been out since they went to Overwatch 2. Alright, continue.
Arctic Peninsula, Samoa, Throne of Anubis, Rialto, Blizzard World, Nambani, Curacao, Nepal, Shambhala Monastery, Oasis, Watchpoint Gibraltar, Busan, Circuit Royale, Junkertown, Lijiang Tower, and Ilios.
Surprised you have New Junk City last instead of some of the Clash maps. Or the push maps.
Nah, I damn fucking hate New Junk City.
It's interesting seeing control maps so high up the list, because in Overwatch originally, alright, Clash maps were the ones that Gwen and I would hate when Clash map or control maps would pull up. Absolutely towards the bottom of the list. On our old rankings that we have them, I can probably go into like my Google Drive from like 2017 and 2018 and pull up our map list, and
I hate these.
they're down towards the bottom. They've moved up because all the new map types they put in are worse. Flashpoint and Push are both worse, and they took out the best map type of Assault. So those maps moved up to the top. Or if you're a newer player, obviously those ones are better to play as well. So they're going to be more towards the top. But Ilios, Busan, Oasis, especially Lijiang Tower as well, but Lijiang Tower wasn't as bad. They would all be towards the bottom. Arctic Peninsula is one that we've only really played once or twice, so I put it towards the bottom on my list when I start mine. I have all the push maps at the bottom. New Queen Street, absolutely hated the most. First map I ever played when the game went to Overwatch 2, hated it. I should also preface, when you used to play in Overwatch initially, you didn't get to vote for maps.
Yeah.
The game would just load and say, here's where you're going. It's like quick play. Competitive used to do that too. Or does quick play do that? Do you get to vote for maps in quick play?
Yes.
Oh, does you need to pick a hero? That's what it is. For mystery heroes. Yeah, no, you didn't get to pick a map. It was just, here's the map you're going to. Have fun. But New Queen Street, Renacepi, Esperanza, Colosseo. Those are my bottom four. Absolute trash. Hate those maps. If Push ever comes up, I'm trying to vote it out. If it comes to which Push map do you want to play, not New Queen Street. Or Renacepi, ever. Arctic Peninsula is down towards the bottom just because it was pretty much in the game when I wasn't playing Overwatch. I think it got taken out at the end of season 19, so we only played like one time there in quick play. So it's down towards the bottom for that. Again, it could move up next season when it comes back out. Paris is at the bottom. Worst Assault map. Saravas and New Junk City, both down there, as well as Atlas. Flashpoint maps are terrible. Kings Row and Hollywood are next. I like the hybrid maps. I don't like those two. Kings Row is overpicked like a bitch. And Hollywood, quite awful. As well. Throne of Anubis and Hinoka are next. The Clash maps, way too much of moving back and forth. Momentum-wise. Definitely good they got taken out. But those maps look cool, but they're just not good to play. Havana, Dorado, not the biggest fan of those two. Havana, a little worse than Dorado. Samoa, easily the worst control map. Easily. Then we have Oasis. Which Oasis, I know we play Oasis a lot now, but Oasis is one for me that I always hated from the first, original time I played through Overwatch. So it's always going to be towards the bottom. Busan, another one that I absolutely fucking despise. I love the area of it. I hate that the one Korean map is a control map and it's awful to play. Then we have Rialto, Route 66 kind of at the mid-level here. I know we've kind of had little success on Route 66 now, but I can't really, again, move past the old struggles of it to be like, I love this map. It's never going to hit that point. Then we have Numbani and Epiccw. Both, again, we're getting towards a little better. Epiccw, I know, is overpicked now, but
I fucking hate Epiccw.
it was a map that I had a lot of success on before. So it's kind of like, it's not terrible. It's kind of just there. Again, so it's the mid here. Speaking of mid, we have Midtown. Don't mind Midtown. I think a lot of people don't know how to play it. Parisio, good map there. Ilios, it's fun to play, especially when we have Wen on the team. When he's playing Lucio. Lijiang Tower and Nepal. Nepal is my favorite control map.
Bro. A side note.
What?
I was playing Mystery Heroes yesterday on Lijiang Tower. You know, the one that has this little building with the 2 wooden doors.
Yeah.
I was trying to sneak around the wall because their Sigma was focused on fighting some other teammate guy, and I was playing Lucio, and I was like, let me just boop him off the map. It didn't work. I was very sad when I couldn't play Lucio anymore.
Real. Next we have Watchpoint Gibraltar and Blizzard World. Both maps that would have probably been a little further down before, but there's a lot of bad maps in this game. Junkertown's really awesome to play. Circuit Royale's cool. And then we're going to go pretty much into the assault maps. Volskaya Industries. Then we do have Shambhala Monastery. That's my favorite of the newer maps. Then we have Temple of Anubis, Horizon Lunar Colony, and Hanamura. I hate that those maps aren't playable in competitive. I hate that assault maps are just like in arcade mode. I love playing assault maps. They're the most fun map to play. The best map type by a lot. I always was looking forward to when an assault map would pop up. I know that they're a little difficult to attack the second point. I just think that if Blizzard put in that much effort into rechanging the maps, instead of, worrying about stupid shit, that we could get assault maps to be playable. I think that the only real issue is that, especially attacking the second point on a lot of them, it is hard to break through if you don't win the first fight. Again, it's a little different when you're playing, the professional levels, Overwatch League, they can break through it lots of times. But when you're playing in, I'm sure when you're in bronze, it's going to be a struggle to do anything. So again, those maps are not terrible. The only one that's really bad is Paris. Paris is awful, one of the worst. But the other 4, you push the spawn back by this much, add a little bit more section, and I think it's good. I think the issue is that you have to pretty much go past point A on every single one of those. Point A becomes the spawn, where point B's spawn room is behind the point. So I think if you just either move the attacker spawn forward or the defender spawn back, you're in a good spot. Because again, all of them are like that. Well, Sky Industries, you have to fly past the room of that little building of the first point. That's where your spawn is. Temple of Anubis is down by where the staircase is going towards point A. Horizon Lunar Colony, it is literally the door at point A. And Hanamura, it's the door also near point A, the little garden with the rock. So it's a long ways to travel. Especially if you have a character with low mobility. If you're playing Zenyatta or Orisa, it's going to take you 20 minutes to get there. I can get there in 2 boosts as Diva, but then I have to wait for my whole team anyways. So, those maps, again, you can just rework the spawns, and I think that they're very, very playable maps. I just hate that they didn't put in the effort to change that. I think something like the Clash maps, that was a little harder because they're just so much a back and forth. But assault maps definitely can be reworked. I wish that they would rework them, and I hope they do. But it doesn't seem like that's something that's on their radar to do. Recent comments on content, we got 1. Someone said, I like and subscribe. So thank you for liking and subscribing. Gran Turismo this week. How'd it go for you, babe?
I won for once. A race. Did I win 2?
You won the last
2
2 races.
You got bamboozled on Daytona road course.
Mm-hmm.
After you said I'm not winning.
Mm-hmm. Because you hate that track.
Yeah.
You hate that track and historically have done terrible on it, so...
Yeah, well, now I know how to race it, so...
Okay. I couldn't get anything going on that track. Watkins Glen, I made a mistake. The other 2 I did win. Just to, it was an episode that we recorded kind of just to finish out the season. Didn't really matter either way who won or lost in those races. But it's, good to build that momentum of getting some wins like you got. Obviously, you only won 10 races in that season. Mm-hmm. So it's good to kind of finish off with 2 wins and, push towards the next season, which just does begin in a few days from now. We are recording that on Monday. So, getting a few wins there. Race playlist. The race playlist was very, very close, back and forth between us pretty much throughout the entire thing. Emily got a lot of help from the random maps, the random tracks that just put random ass cars. I mean, I had one where I was so far behind for the whole thing. And it really came down to the last 2 races where I just locked the fuck in and said, I'm not losing this shit. And did win by, 5 points? Mm-hmm. But again, you got very close. It was our most competitive episode of the year. We'll see what happens this week, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any other taste that's flipping me off, or is that it?
I tried. I feel like I stayed closer to you for once. Except for that one track that I spun myself out. Couldn't catch up.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the most part it was very close. Even on the tracks that weren't the randomized ones. Like, I think that you still stayed close. Alright, that is that. We don't have Overwatch competitive. It's on the note, but it's not there yet. 2 weeks. We'll be talking about that. Next up, let's jump into Emily's instrument segment talking about the cello. Are you ready to tell everybody about the cello?
Yeah.
Alright, let's watch Emily talk about the cello.
Hi. What's up? We're here for another music segment. A mystery segment. Say hello, Inchan. Say hello. He's here for the music things too. He's a little tuxedo guy. He likes his music. But we're talking about the cello today. So, first off, it's pretty much like the violin, except the violin's this big. The cello's like this big. Gotta know that first. But then you got the normal pieces, like the scroll, the fingerboard, the nuts. You got the neck that the strings connect to. Yeah, well, you got the strings too. You got the C-bouts that make it pronounced and have the specific shape, along with the F-holes, because that's how the sound's produced. That's how the sound resonates. It makes it sound bigger and better. And then you got the bridge that holds up, actually, the strings, along with the fine tuners in the tailpiece, with the end stopper, which is just a little cranky thing that stops the end pin from falling out, because it's a whole pin, to adjust it to your height, because you obviously have to, like, sit with it, and not, like, you can't stand or anything. And then obviously the bow is the same thing, the heel, the tip, frog, bow hair, stick bow and tension screw. It's actually just shaped differently. Bows are specifically made for what kind of instrument you play. Except for violin and viola. Violin and viola have the same bow type, where the double bass is even bigger. But I kind of covered it in a little bit of time. So if you want to hear more about woodwind instruments or strings or other instruments, check back next week for next week's podcast. But anywho, let's go on to the next segment now. I'm out.
All right. Good talk about the cello, babe. You did great. Proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. What's your fact of the week? Hit us with a banger. I'm talking absolute banger.
I gotta scroll. Give me a second. It kicks me down to the top.
Yeah.
It's an Olympics fact for you.
Okay.
It's in 1915, art competitions became part of the Olympic Games. It included music, painting, writing, and sculpting.
Is this like probably an exhibition event type
This
shit?
lasted until a controversial decision to scrap the artistic component of the Olympics in 1948. So no, it was an actual Olympic sport for 30 years.
Okay. What?
Do you think Hitler competed in the Olympics for art?
Considering I never even heard that was an Olympic event, I don't think so. Alright, what is your song of the week?
Honky Tonk Badonkadonk by Trace Adkins.
Okay. Give me, I'm gonna go Down Under. Men at Work. Alright, Pokemon of the week. What do you got?
Solgaleo.
I'm gonna go with Solgaleo as well, actually. We're both picking Solgaleo. Alright.
Solgaleo.
Lastly, we will give you guys what you can look forward to for content this week coming up. I'm going to take this out because this is the only time you want to talk during the whole thing is when you're singing. Alright. Nothing. We have the final monthly miniseries episode coming out for you guys this week of Rocket League, and then we have NASCAR 25 Racing Michigan. Monday, Pokemon Legends Arceus episode 35, the final one for a month. We're going to take a break, like I said. And then we have Stardew Valley catching tuna. Lock in for catching some tuna. And then I play We Love Katamari reroll. And then on Tuesday, Emily gets building a shelter in Fallout 4. We have the final episode of Destiny 2, because it's only going to be going for February. And we have Pokemon Violet, where Emily makes an electric catch. On Wednesday, NASCAR 25 Chase for the Cup, episode 54. Wreckfest Career. And we're playing some Minecraft. Can Emily spot the changes that I made to our map? Find out. On Thursday, we have Super Mario Odyssey, Overwatch 2 competitive, the final one titled Overwatch 2 competitive, and the final one that's recorded ahead of time. Again, that series is going to go to being recorded weekly along with the Race Plus and Gran Turismo, starting for the episode that comes out in March, episode number 9 on March 5th. So this is the final one that's pre-recorded ahead of time. The final video that will say Overwatch 2 in the title. Of course, the game went back to Overwatch earlier in February, so just kind of the last few with that. Again, if you want to see that, all Overwatch is now one playlist. All of it's one playlist. And then we also, the same day, have Lego Fortnite, episode number 8. On Friday, again, another series that's going to be going away is Emily's iRacing Experience. Again, it's going to kind of transition into maybe being streaming, things like that. The episode titled, Why Can't I Adventure Darlington?
It was really dumb.
And then we have the first episode of Season 8 of Gran Turismo and the 287th race playlist. Next Saturday, we have Farming Simulator. Again, another series that we're going to be taking away. So a lot of things are changing for March content. Farming Simulator, one of them going away. Episode titled, I Flipped My Sports Tractor. And then we have Let's Go Pikachu, episode 26. And of course, the 28th. To wrap up February is Generational Run, the podcast. So be ready for that. And then March 1st, again, we're going to go a week and 1 day out. My greatest racing moment ever, NASCAR 25. And we also have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, episode 27. And the first episode of Emily and I playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe together. So be locked in for that. We'll see you guys next week for another awesome podcast.